Greetings, creatures and humans alike. I am MagiQDog, and I am not alone on this creature of the week, as I got my friend Makenna. Well, Jesus Christ, I messed up on saying your name.
I'm still trying to get over that you are a female now.
I know, right? Look at me. I look stunning, don't I?
Your tits are bigger than mine.
Oh, we call them personalities.
Well, your personalities are bouncing through the roof.
Well, what can I say? I got some big personalities.
That you do. That you do.
Well, anyways, for this creature of the week, we are going to be talking about, scribble. Gonna be drawing it out, scribble. There we go.
Drum roll, please.
We are gonna be talking about the Ooze. Which, this is gonna be the Oozes. Yeah, this is actually going to be a unique kind of creature, because this is something that's more into modern mythology than regular mythology. So this is going to be an interesting take on this creature of the week stream.
Okay.
Alright, let me go ahead and get everything situated. And let's go ahead and get started on this. So, the Ooze, aka slimes and goos, are amorphous slime-based entities that exist in modern myths and media, but they do have connections and roots in mythology. Appearance. Oozes are described as a living amorphous blob made of goo, chili, and/or slime. They can nearly appear in any shape, size, and even come in different colors. In shapes, they can be as flat and spread out as moe to having more unique shapes like a spear or cube. They can also range in sizes from being as small as a fungus to being bigger than a human, depending on how much slime there is. They even come in different array of colors from green to yellow to blue and black. Now for those that are more sentient and can master their forms, they could change their shape and colors to take on any appearance they want to, like a humanoid or animal shape. This kind of makes the sentient oozes more of a shapeshifter kind than anything else. Another thing about oozes is that they can be considered They can be considered a unicellular organism or a superorganism with no organs, tissues, or defining parts. This makes oozes more like a single-cell organism like a bacteria. Of course, with magical powers, they can pretty much act as any other wild beast driven by instinct. Roles in mythology. Now, this is a rather interesting discussion about the roles of an ooze. This is mainly due to oozes being more of a modern magical creature, with some kind of first appearing in games like D&D, even though they may have connections to myth, which I will discuss later on. However, slimes and goos have become so interesting, they seem to develop into their own mythos, and that's thus we can figure out what an ooze does without going into any of like the modern medias like D&D, anime, and a bunch of other stuff like that. Sorry, I had to burp there. Anyways, oozes are said to be beings that live in dark and moist areas like in caves, ruins, underground areas, and even in dark forest areas. Most of oozes are said to be mindless beings, like a unicellular organism that is only driven by its wild instincts of a single-cell organism or basic animal instincts. However, this isn't always the case, as some oozes may possess near or human-level intelligence, making them evolve into an sentient ooze creature. As you can tell, I messed up quite a bit. I know. No matter how many times I do this, I always stutter or mess up. I should have taken my public speaking class more seriously. But anyways, most oozes and slimes have the basic instinct to eat, multiply, and survive. They are driven by instinct to eat whatever can fit into them, but simply covering the prey and consuming them into their bodies. Once that prey is inside them, they are broken down to where not even bones remain. Depending on the size of the ooze, they can eat something as small as the microorganisms up to something as large as a humanoid or even bigger. As for multiplying, they are said to be asexual beings, and as such can fisher themselves or split apart once they are ready to reproduce. This normally occurs once they reach adulthood and consume enough food to allow reproduction. Sometimes though, some oozes might split into smaller beings depending if they are in combat or even release spores to make more ooze depending on the species. As for surviving, all they do is roam around their territories and consume whatever they can eat and multiply until they die from certain things, whether it be of old age or being consumed by a predator. And finally, while not always the case, some oozes can be aggressive and territorial to other creatures, so be wary of that. Other slimy beings. Now, oozes are normally considered their own kind of creature, and that is true to an extent. However, there are other slimy and blob-like creatures that exist in both modern myths and regular mythologies too. Although the mythical ones aren't exactly like oozes themselves. For the modern myths, you got the regular oozes that come in different colors and shapes. Then you got the giant ooze. These are oozes that are gigantic in size, normally bigger than a small giant, and are filled with so much goo and slime. Normally they occur whenever a bunch of oozes come together to form one big super slime. Next is the Sentient Oozes. They are oozes whose magic have evolved them to become sentient beings capable of complex works, like talking and doing tasks. They can even transform their shape so they can have humanoid bodies. Now, for mythologies, first is the Australian Dheeyabery, if I pronounce that right. They are fleshy, ooze-like living blobs that might appear as a beautiful woman in the front, only to lure in men so they can use their backsides, which are revealed to be fleshy, grotesque blobs, to devour the human prey. And by the way, Makenna, this is actually a creature that I told you and Silk about earlier.
Really?
It was some years ago, but I told y'all about this one. You know, like the Australian blob-like one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're finally wrapping around to that one.
I would 100% forgot.
Yeah.
But I guess this is a good reminder because I'm learning some stuff that I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know that they could do all that.
Mm-hmm.
But they can. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm learning something new today.
Yeah, the oozes are really interesting creatures. And speaking of their relatives, you also got the Japanese Nuppeppo. This is a blob-like yokai with an obscure face in the middle of its blob-like body made of flesh. It walks around towns alerting the people by its smell that's truly awful. But apparently eating it grants immortality. Although I don't think you should eat something that smells nasty. Anyways.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I know I'm not.
Yeah, immortality's not worth it. Next, from Brittany, France, there is the Bosch. They are blob-like demons that appears on ships to cause misfortune and misery to sailors. Finally, you also got two of the slimiest creatures of all, the infamous Kaw Kaw or Gaw Gaw from Maltese, and Boyg, aka Great Boyg of Scandinavia. Kaw Kaw is a snail-like blob boogeyman with a prison-like stomach if he engulfs their prey who wishes to be punished. That he wants to punish people. Shit, my bad. Now, the other one, Boyg, is a troll who takes the form of a giant serpent that is covered in a great amount of slime, who hinders travelers and appears in fairy tales. And there you pretty much have it. Both mythical and modern blobs, and both are incredible. Next up is the powers. Now, one would think that a blobby and somewhat slow creature like a slime wouldn't be dangerous, and in some cases you would be right. However, oozes can be truly dangerous due to their abilities that they have if you're not careful. Now let's see what kind of powers these gooey creatures possess. First and foremost is their own gooey and slimy bodies. With their bodies, they can stretch, reshape, and overall change their body size at will, allowing them to get into places some can't reach or allow them to attack even if you're hiding behind a barricade. Sorry, I burped again. Anyways, their bodies are also good against slashing and physical attacks, since they are blobs and can regenerate. So, pretty much slashing attacks are useless against them. They can also absorb and digest quickly that can melt down things into their bodies, ranging from just small things like clothing and gear to full-on flesh and bones. In fact, some can even manipulate their own acids within their bodies to instantly melt and absorb any matter into them, or even deal out acid-based attacks. They also have supernatural durability, elasticity, durability, and sometimes strength as well. There's also the fact that they are asexual creatures, so they can multiply and outnumber any adventurers they come across. Some can even grow and expand, making them giant in size. Which I kind of already mentioned that earlier, but, retake.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are some that can control their slime to allow sticky attacks too. Many are considered feral-minded and thus use their instincts to help them in battle or hunting down prey. And this feral nature can also cause many people to fear them, giving them a type of fear inducement as well. Finally, some can adapt and pretty much evolve to certain things. This could be them evolving into intelligent creatures, adapting to magic, which can grant them some extra magical powers as well, or even adapt to some locations to a certain extent, just until they find a better home. Now, weaknesses. But don't you dread, my class, for oozes also have as much weaknesses as they have abilities. For one...
Do they? Because I feel like there wasn't gonna be weaknesses for a moment.
Oh yeah, a lot of creatures do have weaknesses and stuff that you can use against them. Although I will admit, there are a few that I've come across where mythologies don't really say a weakness, but we can kind of speculate based on what kind of weaknesses they have, based on what kind of creature they are. But we won't have to worry about that.
I know I have no weaknesses.
Sure.
What's this supposed to mean?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Don't make me unleash the spiders.
Continue, sir.
Sir? Do you not see this body with some great personalities?
Use to your other form. I am sorry that you sprung this form on me today. With big personalities at that. That's a bullshit right there. Your personality shouldn't be bigger than my personalities.
I'm sorry, I just can't help it. I mean, after all, I have... Oh, go ahead.
And it's so unfair that they jiggle. They jiggle so perfectly. That's so unfair.
Well, I'll tell you what. If we can get you a VTuber model, we'll get you one where your personalities do that too.
Personalities will jiggle all the time for y'all.
Oh my god, anyways. Oh my god, I don't think Silk will like that.
Okay, I'm sorry for disrupting the class. Continue.
It's fine. Wait, where was we at? Oh yeah.
I have no clue.
Okay, I remember. So, the first weakness is actually temperature plays a big role in their weaknesses. Like slimes in real life, extreme heat and cold can render oozes weak or even straight up kill them, with heat drying them out and the cold freezing them to death. That's also why they stay in temperature-controlled environments like caves and ruins. In essence, elements like fire and ice can harm them as well. Another fact as to why they stay in caves and ruins is due to the darkness. For you see, places of bright light can also harm and destroy oozes due to drying them out and blinding them as well. So you won't actually see them out in the daytime all that much. Salt is also said to harm these slimy creatures due to dehydration, so keep some on you at all times. Now, water can also be damning against oozes due to the water dispersing the slimes and messing with their slimy structures. And finally, there could be predators that specialize in eating slimes and moldy prey like ooze. A big example are slugs and snail-like creatures, like the boneless slugs of England, who are these whale-sized slugs who can turn into fog if need be. I kid you not, this is a real-life mythical creature. Go check it out if you don't believe me. Anyways.
I don't, but that scares me now.
What, a whale-sized slug that could turn into fog and mist?
Yeah, because imagine all the power that it would be evil. I know it would be evil.
Be evil. But yeah.
Yeah.
You know another thing too? I can easily see them eating oozes as their primary food source as well. So that could actually be a natural predator to them too.
That is fucked up, but okay.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason for that and I'll tell you in a bit. But that's pretty much it. These are ways to counter and dispose of oozes, whether it be from temperature to huge slugs. And let's go to the next one. Modern fantasy or mythical roots? With oozes, there is one undoubtable fact about these creatures, in that they are more modern creatures that are told in modern stories, games, and TV movies and series. While oozes may have come from the 1958 movie, The Blob, oozes make their official appearances as creatures from the board game D&D or Dungeons and Dragons, where they have their own fictional lore, types, and overall appearance. And from D&D, they have spread across to other genres and are now considered one of the most common modern creatures, ranging from simple first monster encounters to final boss threats to even being the main character in an anime like Rimuru Tempest. Which, if you know, you know.
Oh, Lord.
By the way, I heard that the 4th season is coming out, and apparently it's going to be a big one, so I'm excited for that. I think they're going to try to cover 3 arcs as well, so that's like, wow. I think. I'm not for sure. But anyways, let's go back to this. As such, oozes are considered a more fictional kind of mythical creature and doesn't really have a place in mythology. So if that's the case, then why am I talking about them in the first place? I mean, after all, if any of y'all have been following me on my Creature of the Weeks, which is a playlist on my YouTube channel, so go check it out in the descriptions below. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know that I only cover actual mythical creatures or those close to mythology. However, what if I tell you that oozes are while indeed a modern fictional creature, the concept of oozes and slimes actually have a deeper root in actual myths and legends. And I ain't talking about the creatures that I talked about before where they're kind of like oozes, but not. But I'm talking about like the actual oozes and slimes from D&D concept. Now, let me explain before you all start questioning my sanity. And I know what you're gonna say, Makenna. I know what you're gonna say.
Hey, I was actually good for once, but you know what? Fuck off, bitch.
I'm sorry. I just had a feeling that you was gonna giggle a bit. Like, what a sanity.
I was actually good. I was good for once. But I guess not. I guess not.
I'm sorry. I just figured that you're just waiting for an opportunity to just be a little gremlin.
I would never do that. That is degrading of my character. I have pride, and my pride would never allow me to do that. I have always been nice to you.
I can literally pull up the last stream we were in where you was talking about, but I'm not even gonna mention it, but you know what I was talking about.
No, I don't. What were we talking about?
You know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna continue on. Anyways.
Okay.
Okay. So, while there is no D&D ooze creature in mythologies as a species, there is, however, tales of an ooze-like organism told in European and Chinese mythology, as they are described as familiars to demon droppings and witches' vomit. And I know that's disgusting. And not only that, these oozes of sorts are also an actual living organism too. And these organisms are in fact slime moles. Now, for those who don't know, slime moles are a kind of, how How am I going to pronounce this word without... Can you pronounce this word for me? It starts with an E.
You think I can pronounce that? You...
Okay.
Yuka... Rotic?
Yotik? Well, anyways, it's this type of science fancy name. Anyways, it's a type of that kind organism that started off as a single-cell amoeba, but they come together and grow into a multicellular organism. These slime molds do appear like a blob-like entities that have a different array of colors and forms. They move along in dark and moist areas of forests and other damp places, and they are considered predatory as they do go after microorganisms to feed on. Now, having a living organism that resembles a blob that lives in dark and damp areas and are considered hyper-predators sound familiar? Well, that's because they sound exactly like an ooze. Well, except for the part where even the big ones are tiny compared to humans, and they aren't aggressive enough to go after animals. Now, these slime-like beings are interesting, but what do they have to do with mythology? Well, that's because they are told as the kind of supernatural entities or curses in mythologies. In European myths, slime molds are believed to be the works, curses, and vomit of demons, trolls, and mainly witches. With witches, they are believed to be familiars or their own cursed vomits that are sent to curse people's butter and milk, making them spoil and unusable. This is why people of the past will whip and burn away any slime molds they come across. In Chinese mythology, they are believed to be droppings from demons that is related to decay and negative supernatural forces. They are even related to the ancient elf-like spirit Para in Finnish mythology, where slime molds are believed to be the vomit of this spirit whenever it used to steal butter and milk. These myths make slime molds, despite being a living organism, connected to the supernatural. Could slime molds be oozes? So as I mentioned, slime molds have a deep connection to mythologies across the world, and slime molds might have been the inspiration to the oozes of D&D, which lead to oozes being a popular modern creature. In fact, the 1958 The Blob movie was said to be inspired from slime molds, and this movie eventually inspired the creation of oozes of D&D anyways. As such, oozes can be connected to mythology through slime molds. In fact, it wouldn't be that all weird to consider that perhaps slime molds as mythological magical versions of oozes in the first place. I mean, as I just mentioned, slime molds were used by witches as familiars or curses to infect milks and butters, or were vomits to witches, demons, and even para. So what if the possibilities that slime molds through being familiars or magical vomit were to transform and become enlarged, more hungry, and more aggressive while also gaining animal to human level intelligence? Why was that? Oozes could just be a more magical mutated slime mold. Now I know this is just a theory coming up by me, but I want everyone to remember, mythology and the creatures within them have always changed through the generations of retelling the stories and the legends. So perhaps oozes could be slime molds that have changes as well. I certainly hope so, cause that'll make oozes more connected to mythology than any other fictional creature. What do you think about that, Makenna? Do you think oozes could be connected through slime molds?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it'll be really awesome. Now, kind of going to the nitty-gritty of it, popularity. Oozes and slimes seem to start off from the mere movie monster and as an NPC character of the board game. But through that, they have spread far and wide and are now one of the most iconic modern creatures of media and pop culture. Thanks to D&D, they have appeared in movies, TV series, cartoons and animes, other games, and books. For movies, the 1958 horror movie The Blob pretty much started it all. The 1982 and the remakes of The Thing features a fleshy, horrifying blob-like alien. Disney's Flubber got the sentient goo creature named Flubber. I love saying that word, Flubber.
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 Oh my god, go back to The Thing.
Okay. In 1956, X the Unknown got a slime-like creature in it too. For TV series, 2020 Alien Worlds got blob-like aliens that feed by rolling around on the planet Atlas. The Animal Planets, The Future is Wild, depicts a futuristic blob-like animal called the Slitter Sucker. God, that is a mouthful. And by the way, have you ever watched The Future is Wild?
No.
Oh, I think you'll like it. Basically, Animal Planet done like a TV series where they come up with theories about possible animals from the future. And I'm talking about like millions and millions into it, long after humans. It's actually really interesting. I will recommend it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I'm going to show you a clip afterwards. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Osquaws got blobs in their organization that can be antagonistic to the people. The Star Trek seems to have some alien-like slimes too. For cartoons, you mainly have Bob the Blob from both Monsters vs. Aliens movie and the Nickelodeon TV series, who is based from the Blob from the 1958 movie. Ben 10's got some aliens who are goo-like, including the Slush Puppies. The villain Gobby is a slime-based villain from the Big Hero 6 TV series. The Owl House got some blob-like entities, including Lord Burris himself, who seems to develop some blob traits. Other series with blob monsters include Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, Batman Beyond, My Life as a Teenage Robot, Adventure Time, and so many more. Ah man, I forgot to write down Adventure Time on the board. Crap. Anyways, anime also features a lot of slimes and oozes. Yeah, I know. Including...
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
I know. But I kind of seen your character moving and I thought I heard a so I was like, yeah.
I may have been thinking like, wow, she didn't write that on there. But you know what? Maybe she's improvising as she goes. And then you said, oh, I didn't write it down there. And I'm like, she's slacking.
Yeah, I'm a slacking. Anyways, we're on the anime part. So, this includes Rimuru Tempest, who is a slime from the slime anime. And we got others, including slimes from Delicious in Dungeon, Dragon Ball with Majin Buu, Maria Slime from Eden Zero, Ditto of Pokemon, Konosuba's Demon Lord General Poison Slime, the Slime Girl Sue from Monster Musume, Smiley the Axolotl Fruit User from One Piece, Melona of Queen's Blade, Sludge Villain of My Hero Academia, Hyper Dimension Neptunius got the Dogo, who are dog-faced slimes, and so much more. Games also feature a lot of slimes. Both Hyper Dimension Neptunia and Princess Connect games got their own slimes as mini enemies. Minecraft's got the slime enemies in caves and underground areas. Pokemon's got Ditto in the games. Kirby with Gooey and Choo Choo and other blob bosses. The Legend of Zelda games got slime-based enemies. Bio Devils from the Mega Man series. Lethal Company with the Hydrodere monster. And of course other games like Monster Hunter, Dark Souls games, Pikmin's, and more got their own Ooze monsters as well. And of course, let's not forget about the cards like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, and Magic the Gathering. And of course, the famous board game, D&D itself, got them too. With books, many of the D&D creature guideline books features oozes with their own facts and info. Ooze by Anthony M. Ridd got a blob from a mutated giant amoeba. Wrath of the Purple by Howard, I don't think it's Howard Fast. I think I might have titled that by mistake. But anyways, by the Howard person. He's got the Purple Life, which are purplish carnivorous mutated slime modes. Boulders by Monica Tessier got the Slimers as aliens. Cthulhu Mythos books got the Shoggoths and the Immortals from Tamara Pierce's... oh, crap. The book's Immortal from Tamara Pierce's Tortel First series got the Skinners. Don't you laugh at me. I get mixed up
I
real
don't know
easily.
what you're talking about.
Okay, quiet in the class, quiet in the class. Hey, I heard you laughing. Anyways, you also got books like
Oh, who said that? Y'all are disrupting this class. We are trying to have a serious discussion here. Whoever did that for, shame on you.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done lecturing whoever did that. Proceed, ma'am.
Okay. Anyways, from Goosebumps to Slime and more, and that's basically the books. Now, you even got toys that feature slimes like Bionicles, Flick to Slick, Bungees, and Tamagotchi. And let's not forget to mention the living animals and organisms like the slime moles, slugs, jellyfish, and other gooey creatures too. And finally, to end this all off, we got the conclusion. So, oozes, slimes, goo, or whatever else you want to call them. These slimy creatures that hide in dark places and scavenge around to find their next meals are seen as both minor creatures to pay no heed, or as dangerous beasts one should be wary of depending on what size and shape you come across. And despite them mainly being modern creatures of fantasy, they too have connections to mythology that just makes them as supernatural and mystical as dragons or other creatures. So be careful if you wander into a rundown ruins or in a cave, unless you want to get eaten and quickly dissolve within a slimy, gelatinous goo. And with that, that concludes the slime. So, what do you guys think of the oozes? Do you think that they're really that stretchy and flexible and stuff? Do you think they could actually be connected to mythologies? Would you like to have a mini one as a pet? Let me know in the comment section whenever we get this uploaded on YouTube.
Why would you have a mini one as a pet?
I don't know. They're trying to do tricks. I can see them being like little toys. You know, like that gooey toy that you throw on the walls?
Oh, so basically I could go like, roll over, slime. Roll over. Do you want a treat? I got a treat for you, slime. Oh, look at that slime. He's such a good boy. Here's a treat.
Exactly. And besides, you might be able to tame one, as long as you don't let it grow to be too big. Boy, that would be scary.
I'd probably let it grow to be too big, because let's face it, it will probably be a fatty.
Yeah, I can see that.
I will feed it way too many treats. The vet would have probably been like, your slime needs to lose weight. They're fat.
And you're gonna be like, how do I do that, Doc?
And I'll be like, you're fat, because my slime does not need to lose weight.
Oh my god. Well, anyways, that pretty much concludes our creature of the week. Now, to kind of give you guys a tidbit of the next creature we're going to be talking about. Ooh. So the next one we're going to be talking about
What
is a
does
type
ooh mean? We don't know when you're like, ooh. I'm like, what does that mean? Is the creature called ooh? What? Tell us.
No. I don't normally say the name of the creatures. I just kind of give a hint to what creature we're going to be talking about. Although this one is going to need a big hint. Because after all, it is a type of undead. They are told across the world in multiple different mythologies. And they are often the type that will come back because they have unfinished business with someone that done them wrong.
A vampire?
No, not a vampire.
Oh.
You want me to tell you?
No, because then you'll spoil it for them. Don't spoil it, because I don't know.
Alright.
You can tell me after the session's over.
Okay, I'll tell you after it. But yeah, I cannot wait for the next one. Which will probably be, well, obviously next week or so. But it also depends on how much information I can get down in that short time span. I'll tell you, these creatures of the week keeps me busy throughout the week. Just trying to get all the information gathered and typed down and make a list and everything. Whew, it's hard work. But it's so worth it. But
I was about to
anyways,
say, it has to be worth it because you're always having fun telling the stories.
oh, I do. I love talking about these creatures because they're just so fascinating. Especially especially the ones that people don't know anything about. Like, it's a creature I'm not going to talk about for a long while, but there's a creature called Raven Mockers that I would love to talk about here on my Creature of the Week streams. And they are terrifying demon-like spirits. Jesus Christ, they honestly scare me. Yeah. If y'all know, you know. Well, anyways, I think it's time to go on ahead and end this class because in the next 10 to 20 minutes or so, I'm going to get started on a Jump Force stream. And I don't know what you'll be doing, but if you want to join me, you're more than happy to, Makenna.
We'll see what my level is after that.
Alrighty. Well, until then, we better go on ahead and end this class out. So with all that out of the way, thank you guys for coming on this fantastic Creature of the Week stream. I hope y'all had as much fun as we did, as we got to learn about the Oozes and their slimy, gooey ways. And if you wish to see more of these, check us out on Twitch, check us out on Twitter, check us out on the main YouTube channel and the Game and React channel, which is in the descriptions below, and leave a like and subscribe for that as well. And with that, we bid the show adieu. So see you guys. Yep, adieu. So see you guys. So long. Bye.
Farewell.
Okay, bye.
Okay.